Today is the day, guys, that we are finally creating a video on the G35. More than just pulling it out and looking at it and pulling it back in, we are going to be working on it. So I already got some work done, but I'm going to be showing you guys those clips. But pretty much, I'm super excited. The main issue, guys, pretty much for those of you guys that don't know, is this is an OEM hood. It's latched in both corners. Somehow it came unlatched a while ago. Flew open, smashed into the windshield, tweaked the hood a little bit, which is the reason why these pieces are cut out. Damaged the fenders, damaged the hood, wrecked the hood hinges. So in today's video, we're fixing all of that. And I think we're gonna get this thing pulled out, get it moved over. We're gonna rip out the passenger seat so we can go ahead and restore all these cables, which is for the air ride. We're gonna go ahead and get that done, and then possibly get the car hosed down. I wanna make some pretty good progress in this video. And then also I need to fix mainly this hood, or this fender, sorry, it's cracked right here. So a lot of good stuff to come. We're gonna try to really make some really big progress on this car. Miss driving it, I wanna get it back on the road, and we're gonna make that happen in today's video. So subscribe if you guys are not already. If you guys are just as excited as I am to see this thing again and out on the road, leave a thumbs up. Let's get it. Alright, so you guys should be fully caught up. So pretty much what we did was we installed G35 hood hinges and had to do a lot of cutting, trimming, welding. We're not quite done yet with them, so we're still gonna do a little bit more work, but for the most part they are fully done. Now, what we gotta pretty much do though is, as of right now, the car, it's latched. So technically, if the battery was solid, we can take this thing out. It's done, it's ready to be driven. So pretty much now, though, we just got to get everything pretty much final bolted in. That fender we have an issue with, it broke, so we got to figure out where to get that done. And then pretty much we're going to be recreating these pieces. That way it flows much better with the G35. So the G35 hood hinge since way back here. The G37 one was about here. So depending on the location of where the hinge is at, it's going to change how the hood opens. So because we have the hood hinge way back here, it changes how it opens. Therefore, before, this is how it looked. We had to cut all that out, and this is pretty much how it looked, giving us this huge gap, more than 2 fingers. But now that the hood hinge is here, like you just saw previously, let me go ahead and try to do it again. This is basically what we're gonna be creating, something basically like that. So it's gonna close all of that. So we need to recreate those. I don't know if that's gonna be in this video or not. I think the main goal is to just pretty much get everything, for the most part, done. ready to go, fully bolted in, mounted, ready for body work. The other issue you can see right here is it comes up very high. So I mean, yes, we can technically, I guess, cut all this out and redo it, which I think we probably will, but then also, I don't know. I think I kind of rather build up the fender, because if you look, we're this far away from hitting the hood hinge. But once the hood opens, it's actually touching that. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you that right now. One thing you're also gonna see me do right now is you pretty much have to go in here and manually pop them. I don't have the cable. I never got that to pop the hood. So I do have to reach in there and go ahead and pop it. So let's go ahead and open it up real quick, and then I'll show you the hood hinge. Alright, so now you see, if you look, we're pretty much, let me try to focus it, we're pretty much now sitting on it. So that's the reason why I don't really want to change any of that. I think I'd rather just keep that there to play it safe, and then just, see, same thing there. So I think it's gonna be better if we just raise up a little bit of the actual fender and kind of just blend everything in. I think it's gonna be okay. But we are pretty much done. We got everything bolted in, ready to go. So it's a matter of now, pretty much, like I said, getting this bolted in right there. I'm probably gonna have to definitely shave some stuff off. Everything's just totally out of whack. Eventually, I think we are definitely gonna need to be getting a new hood. But for now, I think it's gonna be good. We're gonna try to bring this all back to life. The hood hinges, I do want to pull them off, get them all painted, but I think that also we're gonna do focus on that another time. So right now, mainly, let's get the car jump started, moved over. Let's get the passenger seat removed. Well, I accidentally ran my grinder over, so that sucks. So pretty much, yeah, so now let's go ahead. We're gonna pretty much open the door. Let's see. We're gonna remove this seat because we're gonna need to run these cables back through. So right now, I think we can go ahead, start by getting the seats removed, or the seat removed, and then yeah, we'll begin kind of getting this loaded up or ran through. Once we get that fully ran, I am gonna have to get, because these are hardwired straight to the battery, there's supposed to be a fuse. One of the fuses is blown, so I am gonna have to redo those, get new fuse. That way it's done the right way. And then once that's done and this is ran through again, we can go ahead, throw the seat back in, and then from there, I think we're pretty good, and then we can really begin now focusing on all the body working stuff. We'll probably get those hinges removed though one last time, get them painted black, and then from there we can begin doing some body work. So let's get this removed. I wake up every minute with the fever dreams. I
a mind to a limit where it needs to feed. I work blind, got vision I don't need to see. I'm picking mind over matter, I believe in me. I need to find more hours in the day to breathe. Need to find more power in the way I be. And when my mind turns sour with the painful scenes, I need to scream out loud, I can't stop me. I wanna be the greatest like Rocky. You know I leave them all hating like a hobby. I'm out here making moves like a lobby. And if you ain't with me, it's your loss. See, I got my mind on the facts, I'm a python, grab what I like real fast. Stroke until I have everything I attack, everything that I lack, everything that I want, and I see, matter of fact. Cause I'm my own worst enemy. Only if I let it be. I can control anything if I can just think carefully. I control my destiny. Deep up in my mind I manifest it. Every morning I wake up obsessed and everything I...
Alright, so we have it ran already behind this, under right there, you can see it coming up to there. And now what I have to do is I believe the hole, I can see it right there. So we're gonna have to do one by one. What I'm most likely gonna do is electrical tape these together just so it's easier to feed through, and we're gonna go ahead and pop both through, and then we'll have to begin running it up in there. So let's go ahead and get that done. All right, so we got everything now ran up right here. This is all mostly gonna sit right down in there, unless we shorten it, which we definitely can. We might. And then, like I said, let me show you the fuse over here. These are the fuses right here. So we have this one, and then we have this one. But we need to buy a new 15, I believe it was, or sorry, a 30. So we're gonna have to buy this, a new one, because it's blown. So we will have to get those. But for now, we're just gonna be hardwiring it, so it's gonna be straight to the battery. That way we can at least get the car aired up, down, all that stuff. Yeah, I think we're gonna go ahead, cut the wires, because I mean we have a lot of excess, and then I'm gonna have to buy some connectors for the ground as well. And then pretty much though, for the most part though, that's done. I got the seat back in. Floor mats in, everything's good. So now it's a matter of, I think, body working, really. It's a matter of that. That's done, that works. What else do we have to do? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just gotta go get that stuff and then really just begin the body work. But for now, like I said, all this we can take off. That's the crack right there. I'm gonna start fusing that, and then we just gotta get it bolted in from the side. This is the piece that also broke right here, so we're gonna have to get that fixed. Like right here, that bolts in. We no longer have that, so we're gonna have to try to figure something out there. Maybe, I don't know, use a bolt. I don't know. We can just throw a screw in there, whatever. I don't really care at this point. And so yeah, right now we have tape holding this in, otherwise it sinks in a lot. So I'm gonna use some 3M panel bonder. I'm just gonna lift this up, spread it in there, and probably just throw a self tapper to let it cure, and then we'll grind all this out and re-begin doing all of that. That's the main damage on the fenders. The other fenders, not bad, I don't think. I mean, a little bit. We have like stuff like this, grind marks from, you know, working on this, but I don't really care because that's all gonna get redone anyways. The car's gonna get repainted or wrapped, so I'm not concerned on that. Take this off. That's all gonna have to get redone. All right, guys, so we got fenders bolted in on both sides. Yes, it's a little loose still, but it's gonna be fine. I threw a self tap right there. Don't care, that's gonna get cleaned up. This side, same thing, all bolted on, ready to go. Now what I'm gonna try to do is, I guess, play a little bit with the alignment of the hood, make sure it's sitting relatively in the right spot. So once we get that done, I think I'm gonna have to pull this hood back off, because I think, no, we won't really have to. No, we should be fine. Yeah, and then we'll go ahead and get this fixed. That's like the main crack. We'll cut all this debris stuff off here, either side as well. But let's see where the hood sits. All right, so I have some 3M panel bonder. I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of put it in there, and then I'm gonna throw a self tapper to just hold it in place. All of this is gonna get structural again. We'll kind of go through it all. But right now, this is how we're gonna do it. Alright, so there's that. So we're just gonna let that sit now 24 hours, and then that'll be fully hardened. There's a lot in there, so it's gonna be very, very strong. But once that is dry, we will grind this whole, sorry, I'm not even showing you guys. Once that is dry, we will grind this entire crack down, and then pretty much from there, we'll begin body working it. So yeah, we're looking really, really good on that. Alright guys, so we got the car moved out. I basically wanted to check some of the check engine light stuff, which is the P2127 and P2138. Yes, and basically pedal assembly stuff. It's not the pedal, it's not the throttle body. Turns out I read the voltage on the harness that plugs into the pedal sensor, and it should read 5 volts, and I'm reading nothing. So I'm not really good at all of that kind of stuff, so I guess the next step is check the pedal assembly and then check the ECM. I'm not really good at all of that. So I'm talking to somebody, and I'm hoping they can help me out. But the good thing is it's not my daily, so not in a big rush on it. But so right now I'm gonna go ahead though, pull the car around. We're gonna pull it in forward as much as we can over. That way when we do work on that, the fumes at least are going out of the garage, so we can you know, get the car running, and so on and so forth. And then also we're going to be cutting up the front end a little bit, the hood, so that way we have this area to kind of work. So let's go ahead, get it moved out and turned around. All right, guys, we got the car pulled back in. Real quick, before we end this video, I'm gonna actually just make a quick template. So pretty much what you guys saw me do was I ground everything down here on both sides. This was the crack that was here. Like I said, we 3M, or like you guys saw, 3M panel bonded it. But this is gonna be all kind of redone completely. Here's the cut we made. So pretty much we just have to now extend everything and recreate a whole new piece. Right here we're pretty flat and level now, so there's a good possibility we may not even have to extend this up higher. Hopefully not. If we don't, great. We just a lot of body working and restructuring, and we'll kind of recreate this. Let's come to this side. Same thing here. You can see it's sitting below it, but let me see when we close it. Where are we? All right, so now we are officially latched, and you can see now it starts to come up just a hair. So most likely we will be kind of playing around with the fenders. Right here, I mean, we're pretty flat for the most part. This hood, we do need a new hood completely because it is pretty bad anyways. It creased, so that's why it's not really going to be entirely level, but it's not bad. It really isn't. Yeah, it's really not bad. The other side sits like right there. So if we can kind of try to recrease this down, we may not have to, but I just need to recreate all of this completely and get this done, and then we'll be recreating pretty much a whole mold out of fiberglass. Pretty much same thing here as well, but that's pretty much where we're at. So it's looking really good. I'm gonna make that real quick, the hood pieces, and then as far as the fender goes, we'll play around with that after this is pretty completely done, like where we want it to be and whatnot. From there, in the next video is I think where we're gonna really begin doing the glass work here if needed, or body work, and try to in the next video 100% get everything completely done. So I'm really happy about that. That's gonna really bring it back to life. If you guys aren't following my Instagram, make sure to go follow me. I have it right here. I'm gonna be putting up some polls of what color, because I don't know if I want to do this blue again, and then we can just go ahead and purchase just enough to kind of get the hood and fenders redone, even though the whole car is kind of ruined at this point. But do that or go do it white. I really don't know yet. I put up a picture on Instagram and you guys can see it there. But anyways, let me go ahead and real quick create this the best we can. Let's see what we can kind of play around with and create. I'll show you guys that as soon as we get that made. We're gonna pretty much just do that out of cardboard. All right, we got both pieces done. Like I said, I pretty much just used cardboard. And you can see pretty much the line is from here, and that piece we cut out, it kind of starts here. We kind of just started shaping it. This is as much as we can go up. I could probably do all of that as well. I probably will try, but as far as this corner piece, that's as far up as we can go, because once we open the hood anymore, it will hit. Now, as far as this piece goes, this is just the only little piece that we have to fill in. Coming to this side, pretty much the same thing. Gap looks bigger, and I think it's just because this is actually just bent in. But again, this is as much as we can go. From here, it looks really, really good. And then, yeah, we have a bigger gap here because, like I said, I think this is just folded in. But, yeah, so that's going to get done. My only thing is, if we add that piece on, like I said, right in this area, we obviously have to mimic it here. We can't just have it, you know, fill that but not fill this, because then it's not going to be the same shape. From there, if we do that, like I said, I feel it's gonna come up more here. So we can definitely try that, but that's where I'm gonna leave it for now. I don't think it's bad at all. It looks really good. You guys can see. And then as far as this piece goes, my clay should be in today. Like I said, that's gonna be most likely the next video. I would like to start to get this all glassed in first, and then we can come in here, and pretty much I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna take my hot glue. I'm gonna create cardboard to the shape I want, hot glue gun it in, and then start to put tape on top, and then from there we can start adding the clay if needed, because pretty much, of course, the cardboard is a little, you know, doesn't hold its shape the best, but you can see it's not all that, let me try to get it focused. It's not all that bad. It's not that high up as it was. So I don't know, that's why I want to create this first. But anyways, that's where we're gonna leave it. I feel we made very good progress. You know, we got all the damage ground down, the template made. We got the sorry, not the hinges. We got the what are those stupid things called? Yeah, the hinges. Yeah, we got the hinges on. Got all that done. Those still need a little bit of grinding, and then obviously I need to re-pull them off, get them painted up black, so everything just looks beautiful under there. And then yeah, we're making really good progress. Once this is all done and this is done, then we can begin throwing the front bumper back on, which we need to remake new hinge tablets right here, redo those bumper mounts. From there, it's a matter of finishing up bodywork, front bumper, getting all that kind of done, and then really getting the wiring for the air ride and the muffler, the valve mufflers, everything kind of hosed back up or plugged back in, get them running because everything's disconnected right now. And then from there, figure out the check engine light, get a new battery. I have to replace as well this hose right here. I believe it's like the PVC valve or hose, whatever it's called. I don't really know the proper name. I don't know why it's leaking because it's brand new. But we're gonna have to replace that, so we're gonna have to check that all out. But we're making really good progress, guys. This thing is finally, I know it may not look like it, but this thing is, it's already starting to just look so much better. And then, like I said, we might be unwrapping this whole car and kind of start, you know, prepping it for primer, get it primed in, the parts that need to be primed, and from there, you know, figure out what we're gonna do color-wise. Are we gonna paint it? Are we just gonna wrap the front blue, redo it? Because then, ideally, both fenders and the hood need to be redone. There are other parts throughout the car, like the door right there. It's chipping a little bit, and that's just because from just the amount of damage it took from when the hood flew up. Front bumper needs it. We have wrap peeling from when it hit the corner of the headlights. It just did a lot of damage, surprisingly, just from a hood flying up. It did a lot of damage, but thankfully we did not wreck the glass or the roof, thankfully. But yeah, we're gonna leave it at that. I want to get this video out, but the next few videos are definitely gonna be on this. Like I said, the body working, you know, making the molds, the clay, all of that good stuff. And then ideally I would like to get a new battery, start kind of diving into figuring out the check engine light. I ran, I did a voltmeter test on the pedal sensor harness, and it should be reading 5 volts. We're reading 0. So I need to figure that out, why, trace it. Until we can get that fixed, that's when we can smog the car. And once we smog the car, we can officially start driving this thing back out on the road. Stay tuned, hit that thumbs up if you guys have not already. Leave a comment below, let me know what you guys think, what your thoughts are, and if you're excited as I am. And subscribe if you guys are not already. 10,000 subscribers, let's go. Super hyped. Once we get there, I want to do something really cool. I'm super excited for it. We're really growing. Appreciate it all. Go follow me on Instagram if you guys are not already. And yeah, I hope to catch y'all on the next one. Till next time, peace out.